Welcome back to Discourse 1, the ego personality, the one who miscreates. This is session 8. Ideas incarnated. Earlier in this discourse, it was stated that the ego body mind consciousness is an idea, and an idea was defined as an archetype concept of a thing in the mind of God. Idea arises from the root word weed, which means to see. As the unconscious mind of the ego that has repressed guilt and then projects and perceives an objective world of things and others to see, then you'll understand that the illusory world that you experience is an image only. It is an idea made visible. Everything that you perceive is a symbol of an idea, presented as an image to the senses. Lesson 325, contained within A Course in Miracles workbook, is concordant with this explanation, and it addresses it as an attribute to be corrected. All things I think I see reflect ideas. This is salvation's keynote. What I see reflects a process in my mind, which starts with my idea of what I want. From there, the mind makes up an image of the thing the mind desires, judges valuable, and therefore seeks to find. These images are then projected outward, looked upon, esteemed as real, and guarded as one's own. From insane wishes come an insane world. From judgment comes a world condemned. Image as defined within the etymology dictionary is piece of statutory, artificial representation that looks like a person or thing. What you identify as real in your personal reality is in truth unreal, and only a mental projection of an image onto the screen of consciousness. This is why your projections are referred to as illusions, a dream, hallucination, and delusional, because they are artificial representation or image that only appears real, but it is not. Earlier in the discourse, when discussing the ego as an illusion, Neil Donald Walsh was quoted with the explanation as to why the illusion was necessitated. He stated, "Yet it is our wish to know ourselves as who we really are. Thus we must first create the experience of who we are not. Since we cannot create this experience in ultimate reality, we must do so through illusion." When the definitions of illusion, dream, delusion, and hallucination are examined, each one has a common thread that contain the derivatives of the word deception. The meaning of deception is act of misleading, a lie, a falsehood. This is the purpose of the image that the ego projections create, to deceive you into believing they are real. Belief is the ego mechanism that adds realism to the illusion, as they express the acceptance of existence. They are true for you. The definitions from the etymology dictionary: illusion, act of deception, deceptive appearance, apparition, delusion of the mind. Dream, deception, illusion, phantasm. Hallucinate, to have illusions, deceive. Delusion, act of misleading someone, deception, deceit. A Course in Miracles again confirms this concept, that it is only your belief in the illusion that makes it real for you. Once belief is removed, you are released, as their purpose is no longer required. Your remembrance returns when the trance is broken. What if you recognize this world as a hallucination? What if you really understood you made it up? What if you realized that those who seem to walk about in it to sin and die, attack and murder and destroy themselves are wholly unreal? Could you have faith in what you see if you accepted this, and would you see it? Hallucinations disappear when they are recognized for what they are. This is the healing and the remedy. Believe them not, and they are gone. And all you need to do is to recognize that you did this. Once you accept this simple fact and take unto yourself the power you gave them, you are released from them. One thing is sure, Hallucinations serve a purpose, and when that purpose is no longer held, they disappear. The process of creation can be more aptly described as one of ideation, which means imagine, form ideas. Imagine and imagination derive their meaning from the word image as defined earlier. Hence, the act of ideation is the process of image making through imagining and imagination. Your physical experience of personal reality is created through thoughts emanating from the archetypical realm that are animated as images for you to experience perceptually. Archetypical ideas are manifested and given life by the human entity in the physical realm of experience. You are the incarnation of a divine idea. A Course in Miracles clarifies. The statement, God created man in his own image and likeness, needs reinterpretation. Image can be understood as thought, and likeness as of a like quality. God did create spirit in his own thought and of a quality like to his own. There is nothing else. What is held in the mind as thought will eventually reveal itself as your experience in your personal reality. This is inclusive of all your fears, anxieties, and worries that are imagined and focused upon with intensity. As the often repeated statement in the Bible proclaims, "For as one thinks in his heart, so is he." Creation is the manifestation of thought, as all is mind. In her book, The Treatise of White Magic, by spiritual author Alice Bailey, she describes this divine plan of creation. Every externalized idea is therefore possessed of form, animated by desire, and created by the power of the mind. The desire plane is the one upon which the mind imposes its conceptions in order to produce the idea incarnate, to clothe the idea in form. This solar system is a system of effects, which in turn generate causes. When you fell asleep, as Adam symbolized in the story of the Garden of Eden, the remembrance of the divine plan was forgotten. You do not remember who you really are as a spiritual essence with the power of creative thought. This state of forgetfulness created the illusion, and hence all of the miscreations experienced as suffering, torment, and misery. Evil appeared along with the concepts of good and bad, right and wrong. But just as the divine plan deliberately included your state of forgetfulness, so too was your awakening. It is this process of awakening and the purification of thought that was given the name the Great Work, or Magnus Opus, by the ancient mystery schools. For as A Course in Miracles decreed earlier, I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. As your understanding of the ego personality has been expanded, it is relevant now further to enhance this concept of ideation and image making in respect to how the ego body-mind consciousness creates your perceivable personal reality by projection. To be able to undo, one must first know how it is done. It is to this concept that we shall now turn our minds to in the next discourse, number 2, You Create Your Reality, the Manifestation of Thought. This discourse concludes with the opening lines stated in A Course in Miracles. May it bring you comfort and remembrance. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. This completes session 8, as well as the end of discourse 1, the ego personality, the one who miscreates. I invite you to attend now for the second discourse, which will be session number 9. I shall leave a link in the description box below, and I look forward to seeing you there for the second discourse. Thank you so much for your attendance today. So be it.